guys a minute before you get in here. Man, come on in, come on in, come on in. Man, family, come on in, come on in. Man, we're gonna we're gonna go in tonight. We're gonna go in. It's not too bad, but we're gonna go in. You know what I mean? It's gonna be life changing tonight. Man, I apologize for the sound earlier. For the sound yesterday on the live, man. After I got off, I heard that it was going in and out. Man, I apologize for that. Hopefully, this session should be a lot better, a lot more clear, a lot more stable. You know what I mean? Man, I'm kind of nervous right now. I just got nervous. You know what I mean? Man, we're talking about stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Before we get going, man, on behalf of my mother-in-law, man, on behalf of all my ancestors that came before me, man, I bless each and every one of you that come on this live. For those of you that catch this on a replay, man, I bless you as well. Stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Stay in your lane. And there's so many different ways that we could take this. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that we could have this conversation about staying in your lane. And the truth be told, the great majority of us, our greatest depression, our greatest frustration, our greatest anxiety come from not knowing how to stay in our lane. Our greatest frustration, our greatest anxiety come from us trying to be and do so much, you know what I mean, without understanding who we are, why we're here, and doing what we're supposed to do. You know, I have so many counseling sessions, and it's a trip because the great majority of the people that I'm coaching and mentoring, I'm having to say the same thing. You know what I mean? Man, we allow other people's opinions, we allow the trauma, the drama, the baggage that our parents and our ancestors that came before us, we allow their pain and their suffering to determine what's up with you, Obi-Wan. We allow their drama, their negativity to determine our identity. We allow their pain, their suffering, their insecurities, their self-hatred, and all the other stuff that they carry, all the other stuff that they're dealing with that we're too young to understand at the time. As little babies and little kids, we don't understand that our parents are suffering trauma. We don't understand that our parents have self-hatred. Our parents can't stand themselves. They have low self-esteem and all these other insecurities and issues. We don't see that as little kids. We don't understand that as little kids. We think our parents are perfect. We think our parents have everything figured out because they're adults. They know so much. They're so deep. They're so smart to us as little kids, and we don't even understand the trauma that they're dealing with, and we allow their issues to determine who we are. We allow their issues to determine who we create or who we make ourselves out to be. And before we realize it, man, we've taken on all this baggage. So, what you mean? We've allowed all this crap to mess us up. We've allowed all of this self-hate, all of this animosity, all this bitterness, and all the other stuff that we've gone through in life. We've allowed all of this trauma to deter us. We've allowed all this trauma to get us off our path. Stay with me. We're going somewhere. And the trip is, man, before we're even allowed, you know what I mean, as to become adults, before we even become adults, before we even be conscious of what we're doing and why we're here and what do we do, man, we are now bombarded with all of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the drama and trauma from our parents and from our family members and from those who are within our circle. So before we even get a chance to get started in life on the right track, we're fucked up from the gate. You know what I mean? Because our parents were fucked up. Our parents were messed up. They were damaged. They were baggage. What's up with you, Paul? They had baggage that they hadn't dealt with. And so now all of that crap is now dumped at our feet. And we're having to navigate our way through thinking that our parents are so perfect, thinking that Christianity is so great, and man, and we're thinking all this foolish stuff because we're so gullible and so, what's the word I'm looking, innocent at the time. You know what I mean? And so we're looking at all these adults and we're thinking, man, they're going to teach us and they're going to teach me this and teach me that. And I'm going to be great and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And we're thinking that our parents are preparing us. We're thinking that our parents are setting us up for success. We're thinking that all these people that are talking all this stuff to us, all these people that are coming into our lives, man, we think that they're trying to help us. We think that they're trying to come in and get us on the right track. And we don't even understand that, man, they're clueless. They're clueless. And it is what it is. You know, we've had this conversation. Man, hurt people hurt people. And it's not even that they're intending or their intentions is to hurt you. It's the fact that they've been damaged. They've been hurt. And because they've been hurt and they haven't healed themselves, because they've been hurt and they haven't resolved their issues, now they're inflicting that same hurt and pain and suffering on you, and you're not even aware of it. You're completely naive of the fact that you've been fucked up from the gate. You're completely naive of the fact that your parents are fucking you up. And then when you realize it, is that you're grown. You know what I mean? And you sitting back and looking at your parents like, damn, you motherfuckers fucked me up. You motherfuckers got me whole spun the fuck up. Man, I'm doing dope. I'm jumping into relationships just to get away from your ass as fast as possible. Man, I don't even like this motherfucker, but I'm getting married. Why? Just so I can move out your raggedy ass fucking house. Oh, he's nice to me. Man, let me hook up with his ass. Why? Because I want to get away from my abusive ass daddy. I want to get away from my drunk ass fucking daddy. I want to get away from my self-righteous, judgmental, arrogant, narcissistic ass mama. So we jump into all these relationships. Man, why? Just to get as far away as possible. Why? So that we can breathe and we can learn how to exhale. We're not even understanding, man, I'm not ready for this relationship. This is just my escape to get all this fucked up household. I'm not ready emotionally to be over here. But I need this. Why? To get away from my toxic family. We're not even understanding. Man, we're creating more baggage and more problems for ourselves. Some of us, we dive into dope. We smoking and we drinking at an early age. Man, I was smoking weed, getting high in the 6th grade. Blazed out in the 6th grade. Man, we just thought it was cool. We just thought it was the thing to do. We cutting school and drinking and sipping on stuff and just doing the most. Because we thought we was grown. We thought we was doing grown people shit. Because we were hurt. Because we was damaged. I know some of you are like, what the hell has this got to do with staying in your lane? Man, we gonna get there. I promise you, we gonna get there. The problem is, man, you guys heard me talk about this quite a bit. The fool's journey. The fool's journey. You know, you look at tarot cards and you understand tarot cards. You understand, man, the guy starts out on this journey. The fool with his little raggedy ass dog starts out on this journey to self-discovery, self-awareness, completely naive about life. We think, man, we 15, 14 years old, we think we know so much about love. We 14, 15 years old, and we think we're so deep about life. We think we got all this shit figured out. Because we're understanding now, man, my mama got a little problem. We're understanding now that, man, my daddy has little issues. My siblings got some anger issues. And we really don't know how to process it. We really don't know how to understand it. We really don't know how to deal with it and cope with it. And so many of us, we take on coping mechanisms to escape. And so many of us, we jump into sex. So many young girls, guys too, man, they having sex 12, 11 years old. Why? Because they just want to feel loved. They just want to feel accepted. They just want to be validated. They just want somebody's attention. And so they out there hoeing, and they don't consider that hoeing. Man, I'm just having fun, and we just doing what do with the woo. We ain't hurt nobody, and blah. We don't understand the baggage that we're taking on. We don't understand the energetic frequencies that we're allowing to be connected to ourselves from all these people that we're creating soul ties with because we're having sex with them. We have never even heard of soul ties at that age. We have no understanding of soul ties. Man, we just sucking and fucking and banging and hanging. We just doing the most. We don't even understand the effects that that's going to have on us. We don't even understand the trauma that we're taking upon ourselves. And see, here's the trick. We come in, our soul come into this earth, and it has a mission of what it needs to do. It has a journey that it needs to accomplish. And before it can even get started good on this journey, it's like all these demons, if you will, all these devils, if you will, all these quote unquote evil entities, if you will. It's like they're sabotaging you. It's like they're damning you from the gate before you even get started on your path, before you even get started on the shit you came here to work on. Before I even get going good on this stuff right here, this is why I'm here. Before I even get going good on this, man, I got all this other shit that's just been dumped on me. So I can't even deal with my shit because I'm trying to deal with your shit. I can't deal with my self-hatred because I'm trying to deal with my mama's fucking issues. I'm dealing with my daddy's toxic fucking ways. I'm dealing with my brother's abuse. I'm dealing with my sister's abuse and her mental issues and all this other shit. And so we're learning how to stay out the fucking way. We know daddy coming home from work if we got a daddy there. We know mama coming home from work and she gonna be on one. She gonna be on her bullshit. She gonna be mad as fuck. So man, let us learn how to shut the fuck up and go hiding. Let us go learn how to go hide in the backyard or at the neighbor's house or in our bedroom. Why? So mama don't see us and we set her off on one. Now we gotta catch her fucking hell. So we learn how to silence our own voice. We learn how to shut the fuck up and not speak up for ourselves, not voice our opinions, our concerns. Why? Because we don't want to piss nobody off. We don't want to catch the hell from our parents or from our grandparents and from our aunties and uncles. We don't want people criticizing us and damning us to hell and blasting us and telling us how stupid and dumb we are. And so we learn to kill that voice within us. We learn to silence that little girl within us. We learn how to silence that little boy within us. That little inquisitive kid, man, I just want to know. I just want to learn. And we're just asking all these questions. And you guys know that you guys that have kids, man, you know they get 2 years of age and them motherfuckers just, why? And see, it's a trick because when I was growing up, man, you got 2 or 3 whys in and that was it. You couldn't say why after that because you gonna catch a slap across the fucking face. You couldn't say why after that because they're gonna slap the shit out your ass. And it got to the point they didn't even have to touch you no more. All they had to do is to give you that look, and you knew that look was motherfucker say another fucking word, and I'm gonna slap you into the middle of next week. And there's a trick because when we was kids, we had this thing that we used to say, I double dog dare you. I double dare you to do something. And so that peer pressure, man, our friends would double dare us to run up and say something to this girl. Our friends would double dare us to throw a rock at somebody. Our friends would double dare us to hit somebody. Our friends would double dare us to jump off this building or to try to jump across this creek or whatever the case may be. Our friends was always double daring us. And because of peer pressure, and we didn't want to be seen as weak and as punks and soft and da-da-da, no, we did it. But our parents, they had that look. I double dare you to say another fucking thing. I double dare you to ask me another motherfucking question. I double dare you to keep hanging around and looking at and see, it's a trick. Nowadays, kids just do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? But when we was growing up, man, you couldn't sit around adults. When adults are having adult conversations, you had to take your ass outside into another motherfucking room and shut the door. You couldn't be looking down adults talk or down the throat, adults on throats back then. You know what I mean? You couldn't be answering questions for adults when they having conversations. That's the quick way to get the shit beat out your ass. See, because now you've been fast. Now you've been grown. Stay out of grown folks' business. This ain't got shit to do with your little ass. Take your ass on back to your room. Why don't you go learn your motherfucking ABCs? You all up in my fucking business. Why don't you go learn your fucking additions and multiplications, motherfucker? And this is the shit that they told us growing up. And so, we're dealing with all that trauma. We're dealing with all that drama. We're dealing with all that anger and that hurt and that pain. And we don't know how to process it. And so we don't want it directed at us. And so we're trying to run and hide. We're trying to be good. Why? Because we want to be accepted. We want to be loved. We want to be valued. We don't want to be dogged out anymore. We don't want to be called heifers anymore. We don't want to be called hussies anymore. And strumpets. Man, my auntie, they call my sisters and hussies and heifers and floozies and all kind of shit. Man, I didn't even really understand their middle name because that's what I thought their middle names was, hussy and strumpet and floozy. I still don't know what the fuck that shit is. I'm 52 years old. I still don't know what a fucking floozy is. I still don't know what a strumpet is. I still don't know what a hussy is. And so here's the trick. What you speak about, you bring about. There's power in words. There's power in energy. Let me say it again. There's power in our energy. It's a trip because a lot of us, we grew up going to Christian churches and we learned, man, where there's 2 or 3 gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. There's power in numbers. Why? What they were telling us, man, there's power when you get together on one accord. Your energy is on one accord. Your energy, you're like-minded. And so you go around all these negative, toxic ass people telling you you ain't shit. You're around all these toxic, negative aunties and uncles who's stealing from you and beating on you and abusing you sexually and emotionally and all this other shit. And they're dogging you the fuck out. And so what happens is, man, there's power in numbers. There's power when people get on the like mind. They get on one accord. And everybody's telling you, you ain't shit. Everybody's telling you, you ain't gonna amount to nothing. Everybody's telling you, man, you remind me of your sorry deadbeat ass daddy. You remind me of your hoe ass mama and all this other stupid shit. What's up with you, Titan? And so we grow up and we're damaged from the gate. From the gate. Before we even hit puberty, we're already traumatized. Before we hit puberty, we already have post-traumatic stress disorder. They didn't call it that back then. They just said you need your ass beat. Oh, you hard-headed. Hard head make a soft ass. That's the shit they told us. And so they abused the fuck out of us to give us some act right. And all we did was learn not to push buttons. Learn how to fake the funk. Learn how to be accepted. This is what I got to do so my mama don't get mad at me. This is what I got to do so my mama don't start throwing shit at me. This is what I got to do so my daddy don't cuss me out. So my daddy don't slap the shit out of me. So my daddy don't choke the fuck out of me. So my daddy don't punch me in my chest. So my daddy will stop kicking me and tripping me and all this other shit. Man, let me play the game. And then we grow up and we start having siblings, younger brothers and sisters. And we start doing that to our brothers and sisters. We start abusing them the same way that they've been abused. And we think it's a game. We think it's just fun. We think we're just making you tough. We're just toughening you up. We're not understanding that it's abuse. They wasn't understanding that it was abuse. And so they're calling you all outside your name. They're slapping the dog shit out of you. It's a trick. As a young man, we had this game growing up, open chest. And so if you saw a guy walking and he didn't walk around his arms covered up like this, man, he had an open chest. And that meant that you had the right, and this stupid ass shit we played, you had the right as another man to cave in his chest. You had the right to reach all the way back to Timbuktu and come and just pow and hit him dead in his chest. And the object was make him cave his chest in, make him fold. And we thought we was toughening each other up. And we was. But we was also fucking each other up. There's another game we played. See, I got a tank top on right here. And so my neck is open. And so we walk around, lick our fingers, and just pow, slap the dog mess out of somebody's neck, the back of their neck. And man, the object was to make it sting, to hurt them. Man, it was just fun games to us. Man, we weren't really trying to hurt you, but we wanted to hurt you. You know what I mean? It was just fun games. We didn't know any better. We was abused kids abusing kids. We thought it was fun to get because the OGs, the older homies, was playing the games with us. Our uncles and aunties was playing the games with us. They were abusing us and laughing about it. And so we grew up thinking it's fun and games. It's fun to clown people. It's fun to talk about people and to go in on people's helmets and talk about how big their head is, talk about how big their nose is, how crooked their teeth are, their glasses, their ears, their feet, their skin, and everything else to make them cry, to get them to get so pissed off. Man, it was all fun and games. Man, we would clown and go hard on each other. Man, back then we called it the Dirty Dozens. The Dirty Dozens. Man, we used to play mama jokes. Man, your mama's so fat. Man, da-da-da-da-da. Man, your mama's such a hoe. She da-da-da-da. We would go in. And the object was to say the most vile, cruel thing ever. The object was, man, do something to make everybody laugh. That person. Do something to them. Say something to them to get everybody thinking, man, you Eddie Murphy, you raw. Man, you going hard on him. You know, that was the object. Not understanding you're fucking with his self-esteem. Not understanding you're fucking with that person emotionally. Not even understanding we're traumatizing them. So these kids grow up and they're damaged. They hate themselves. We're doing different things to seek approval, to seek validation. So many young guys, man, they want to play football. Not because they necessarily like football, but because they want to be seen as hard. Oh, I'm a man. I'm going to play ball. I'm going to play basketball, or whatever the case may be. They didn't want their family knowing, man, I really want to do ballet. I really want to do gymnastics. I don't really like football because that's what the man's supposed to do. That's what the guy's supposed to do. Man, let me go play football. I really want to go over here and play house. I really want to go over here and do hair. I really want to sit down here with my sister's Barbie dolls and braid their hair. I really want to sit here with my sister and just cornroll her head and braid her hair. That's what I really want to do. But I can't do that because then I'm not considered a man. I'm considered a punk. And so I got to do stuff for everybody to think I'm the guy. I got to do stuff for everybody to think that I'm cool. So that nobody would question me. And so we grow up with all these questions. Man, who am I? Why am I here? Man, I as a guy, I really don't like girls. I'm really attracted to guys, but I can't tell nobody this. Everybody at church is telling me, man, you're going to hell if you do this. And everybody in my family is telling me, man, I'm not raising no punk. I'm not raising no faggot. And I'm not having no gay kid. And whoop-de-whoop and all this bullshit. So I can't tell my family that I really like boys. Or if you're a girl, I can't tell my family that I'm attracted to other girls. Because my grandma and my aunties and my uncles and my daddy and my mama and my sisters and brothers ain't playing that bullshit. And so we grow up fucked up. You know what I mean? We grow up damaged. We grow up messed up. Messed up. It's the trip. Again, I grew up in a Christian household. And it's like as though they wanted and expected us kids to be perfect. And every time we did some shit wrong, they got up in church and they was testifying on the, man, and you know what John did? And I had to go to school and talk to the teacher because he got kicked out because he hit some boy in the face and he jumped down this other boy and kicked this boy in the mouth and whoop-doo-doo, all this bullshit that they just throwing my business all out there. I'm this little badass motherfucker. Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. Everybody looking at me like I got the devil in me. But they ain't telling the whole story. They ain't telling the fact that, man, I'm protecting somebody else. So I didn't jump on some dude. I jumped on the fucking bully that was jumping on somebody else. I was the protector of the situation. I was trying to protect somebody. And in the process of protecting somebody that was getting punked and bullied, I beat the shit out this motherfucker for bullying somebody and for taking somebody's shit and for pushing somebody down and for slapping this girl. But y'all ain't telling all that shit. You just talking about the shit that makes me look bad. But you raggedy ass motherfuckers ain't talking about your gossiping in church. You motherfuckers come to church and testify and talk about all my bad. I'm a fucking kid. Let's talk about all your fucking dirt. Let's talk about all the shit you doing that you don't want nobody knowing about. You talk about what's said that was done in the house stays in the house. That don't apply to you. We can't tell nobody how raggedy your ass. We can't tell nobody your ass a fucking hoe. We can't tell nobody your ass doing some shiesty ass shit. We can't tell nobody you cussing us out and beating the shit out of us and choking us and whoop-doo-doo. We can't talk about that. But you talk about all the shit we did as fucking kids. And you expect us to be perfect and righteous. And your ass ain't perfect or righteous. And so we grow up with this double standard. We grow up with this fucking hypocrisy. And we wonder where we got faking the funk from. Oh, we got faking. We became experts at faking the funk. We became experts at being great pretenders. pretenders. Why? Because we saw our sorry ass parents faking the fucking funk. We saw these fake ass fucking Christians running around speaking in tongues, shouting da 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 at the fucking club and hoeing and doing all kind of other shit. And so we grew up understanding, man, I just gotta act the part. I just gotta play the role. I ain't got to deal with my bullshit. I just gotta say Christian things and quote scriptures all fucking day, and people gonna think I'm saved and sanctified and Holy Ghost filled and water baptized, and I gotta have my skirt down to my calf, and I can't have on too much makeup, and I can't have on too much jewelry, and I can't have my breasts hanging out, and I can't have a split up my skirt or my dress, because then they're gonna think I'm a tramp. They're gonna think I'm a hoe. So I gotta look the part of being righteous, of being saved and sanctified. And the whole time I'm plotting on the pastor. The whole time I'm plotting on the deacon, and I'm trying to get that shit right there. And so we as kids, we see all this shit. And we grow up. And we become angry. We're angry as hell. Why? Why did I go through all of this? Why did I have to experience all of this? Why was my childhood so fucked up? What's up with you, Tamara? And we're growing up, and we're trying to sit there and trying to make sense of it all. Why did I have to spend so much time in Sunday school and Bible study and this and that and choir rehearsal and usher board meetings and that? Man, we was always at church, and church had us fucked up. We was always at church, and church ain't never answered my fucking questions. Church ain't never helped me deal with my shit. It only gave me more shit to have to deal with. It only gave me more trauma and more drama to have to deal with. I've learned how to fake. I've learned how to be deceptive. I've learned how to mask the fucking pain. We see our mama and daddy struggling, and as soon as they get to church, man, they get out their car with their suit on, they dress on, man, they smiling. Praise the Lord, sister. How you do? Man, I'm blessed and highly favored. And we'll do it, man, we faking the funk. You know she crying on the inside, but she walking around with her head held high like ain't shit going on, like ain't shit happening, like her and daddy didn't get in a fight. Like she didn't just catch daddy hoeing. Like she didn't just catch mama doing some stupid ass shit. And now she around the other church folk. And man, they blessed and sanctified and Holy Ghost filled and water baptized and speaking in tongues and waving their hands and and all this other bullshit that they do. And never deal with the real fucking pain. Never deal with the fucking trauma that they've gone through. I'm going to tell you guys something. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care how much you cry and sob and boo-hoo and cry out to God. You had better learn how to deal with your fucking issues. You had better learn how to deal with your fucking pain and your trauma. Because all that crying shit ain't gonna move God. All that snotting and blowing your nose and falling out in the spirit and all the other shit you do ain't gonna fix your fucking issues. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from lifelong experience. You have to deal with the fucking issues. You gotta stop faking the funk at some point in time in your life. You have to come to the understanding of, damn, why am I the way that I am? I can't keep blaming everybody. Why am I the way that I am? It's true because, man, I'm giving free coaching sessions, free mentoring sessions. Been doing it for a month and a half, 2 months now. And I kid you not, family. I kid you not. Everybody I talk to, when we get down to the nuts and bolts of it, when we get to the core of the issue, we all got some trauma from our childhood that we haven't dealt with. And some of us, we think we're deep and we think that we resolved it. And we think we moved beyond it. Oh, I'm done with my ex-husband. That sorry ass motherfucker was no good and with the whoop and da 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 da. And you done gone on to other men and they ain't still fucking you up. They still dogging you up. Or you become the abuser, the abusee in the relationship. You become the abuser. You're the one causing the pain and suffering. Why? Because you've been hurt. You're not allowing nobody else to hurt you now. Now you controlling the money. Now you controlling when y'all have sex. And you using your kitty cat as punishment because he won't bow down and kiss your fucking ass. So you using sex as a fucking weapon, you abuser. You are sexually abusing your husband. You can deprive him all you want to, but that's abuse. You can sit there, well, he pissed me off, and da, 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 da. That's your fucking issue. Deal with it. Deal with it. We've got to grow the fuck up. We've got to learn how to deal with our shit. I told you guys in the past, man, when I was in California, I worked as a domestic violence counselor, right? And the trip is the great majority of people, let me say it this way, domestic violence occur in California. I can't say for the rest of the world, but in California, domestic violence, it was greater among homosexual couples than any other than heterosexual couples. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. The trip is the great majority of the people that became homosexual in their relationships had relationships with people of the other sex. And they got hurt, they got abandoned, they got dogged the fuck out, and they hadn't dealt with their issue. And so now they jump in a homosexual relationship, a lesbian relationship, or whatever the case it may be. They jump in a homosexual relationship. And now the person that got dogged out the most takes on the masculine role. And now I'm going to be the man. I'm going to dog out other motherfuckers. And I'm going to do da-da-da-da. And I'm going to da-da-da-da-da. And they dog out everybody else that they come in contact with. Why? Because they haven't dealt with their fucking pain and trauma. They haven't dealt with their issues. And so they just want to make sure that they don't get hurt again. And so in the process of making sure that they don't get hurt, they hurt everybody else. Happens in heterosexual relationships. Women that have been dogged out by guys, they want to make sure that they ain't get hurt again. They ain't getting dogged out again. Financially, sexually, or anyway, man, I'm keeping mine, and I'm protecting mine, and I'm keeping all the money, I'm hoarding all the money, I'm whoop, and I'm running this shit, and da-da-da-da-da, and it is what it is. It's the same shit. It comes from being hurt. Was it yummy? You're right. It's a traumatic response. It's a trauma response. It's another way of saying it. It's a self-defense mechanism. That's all it is. I'm protecting myself because I don't want to be hurt again. So I'm constantly on guard. Going back to the guys, when we used to play open chess and we used to bow and crushing each other's chest. So now we're walking around guarded. Now we're walking around not trusting people. Now we're walking around with our head on a swivel, constantly questioning and wondering who's going to try to victimize me? Who's going to try to assault me? Who's going to try to get over on me? So now I can't even just enjoy life. I can't even just enjoy nature. I can't even enjoy just walking down the hall in the class or at school. I can't even enjoy just walking with this young lady and just having a fun time and just laughing and just whoop with the whoop. Why? Because I'm gotta be worried about every other guy coming up and caving in my chest and then trying to embarrass me. I gotta be worried about every other guy running up behind me and slapping my neck. And so some of us, man, we start wearing our baseball caps backwards. I can't say for everybody, but that's why a lot of us started wearing baseball caps backwards. So that the visor part is back here covering our neck. So we didn't have to worry about somebody coming up from behind and smacking our neck. We just had to be concerned with our peripheral vision and them running up behind us and trying to hit us on the back, in our chest. But we didn't have to worry about our neck. We didn't have to worry about watching our six. We never dealt with our issue. We never went to the root cause of our problems. And for some of us, man, that got into drugs. Some of us that jumped into sex, knee deep. You know what I mean? Why? Because it was a trauma response. I want to be accepted. I want to be liked. I want to be important. I want people to think highly of me. I want to be that guy. I want to be that girl. Not even understanding. It's a trauma response. We're smoking and getting high and drinking and getting drunk. It was cool. Now we're addicted. And the truth is, so many people say, man, how do I get off of dope? How do I get off of alcohol? How do I stop being promiscuous with sex? How do I get rid of my gambling addiction? How do I get rid of this addiction to porn? And so we got all these things that we deal with, all these struggles, all these coping mechanisms. And we're addicted to all this shit. And we're trying to stop smoking, and we can't stop smoking. We can't stop drinking fucking coffee. We can't stop gambling. We can't stop being promiscuous. And we're trying to understand, why can't I stop drinking coffee? Why can't I stop smoking cigarettes? Why can't I stop getting drunk? Why can't I stop chasing hoes? And because we're addicted. And why are we addicted? Because we have underlying issues that we won't deal with. Let me say it again. Because we won't deal with the root cause. See, the addiction, gambling, sex, alcohol, coffee, weed, porn, all of it. It's a symptom of a deeper problem. We're trying to fix the problem. We're addressing the problem, and we're never going to the cause of the problem. And so we think that if we fix the problem by fixing the drug addiction, fixing the gambling, fixing the sexual promiscuity, the pornography and all, if we fix that, then the problem will go away. That's not true. You haven't even touched the problem. You're touching and messing with the symptom of the problem. You haven't even addressed the problem. If you address the problem, then the symptoms go away. The symptoms are only there to show you that there's a problem. And see, so many of us, we think, well, I don't have a drug addiction, and I don't have this problem with coffee, and I don't have a problem with drinking alcohol and woo-doo-woo-doo, but you're a fucking hoe. You're a fucking addicted lion. You got a fucking stealing fucking problem. We got all these other issues, and those issues are still just a symptom of a problem. You're still all over social media, putting up all these pictures, hoping that people like your shit, hoping that people heart you, hoping that people follow you, hoping that people subscribe to your bullshit. Why? Because you have underlying issues you haven't resolved yet. You still need to be validated. You still need to feel like you're valuable, like you're wanted, like you have a purpose, like your life has some meaning. So, what does staying in your lane deal with this? What staying in your lane got to do with any of this? See, staying in my lane as a young kid, man, you guys know my struggle. You guys know the shit that I've gone through. My daddy and my mother been killed and been sexually molested at the age of 6 and growing up in this toxic ass fucked up Christian household. You know what I mean? Where I was just abused physically and emotionally. You know what I mean? Damn to fucking hell. And so all this shit has been dumped on me. I knew how to be angry. I knew how to fight. I knew how to cuss people out. I knew how to kick people in their fucking throat. I knew how to slap the dog shit out of people before I learned my fucking multiplications. Let me say it again. I'm sure I said it different. I mastered the art of survival before I even began at school for the most part. And if the truth be told, most of us, we've mastered the art of surviving. We've never learned how to thrive. We've never learned how to live. We all know how to survive, how to be on our grind, how to make some shit happen. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody got my back. I can't lean on nobody, but I can make some shit happen. My kids won't have to go without. I can get on my fucking grind and I can do woo and make this shit pop up. I can go not have no fucking money right now and Thanksgiving be next week, and I guarantee you we're gonna have a turkey, a ham, some mashed potatoes, some cornbread, and everything else. Because I'm gonna get on my fucking grind and make some shit happen. If I gotta slang some dick, some rock, whatever, I'm gonna make some shit happen. And that's what we know how to do. We know how to survive. We know how to survive. But we don't know how to live. So you can't even thrive. You can't thrive because you've never learned how to live. And you never learned how to live because you're still in survival mode. Because you're still toxic as fuck. You're still carrying all that post-traumatic stress disorders. You're still carrying all that anger and hate and pain and rejection and abandonment and broken hearts and woo-doo-doo and sexual abuse and all the other shit that you've been going through. You're carrying that shit with you, and because you're carrying it, you don't know how to live. Just like going to church, we carrying all this bullshit into the church. And we think that because we come to church and we speak in tongues and we jump up and down and we sing in the choir, we're on the deacon board, we're on the usher board, man, we're going to learn how to live and we're going to become successful. And no, the fuck you ain't. No, you ain't. Not until you deal with your bullshit. Not until you deal with your trauma and your drama and let the shit go. And the truth is, so many of us, we're so comfortable being dramatic. We're so comfortable being dramatic. We like that shit. We like seeing other people fucked up. Shit could be going nice and smooth, but man, I'm gonna come to someone like this. Man, I gotta start some shit. I'm gonna go tell Sarah that Betty said some shit about it. That Betty was looking at her man. Betty looked at her sideways when she came out with them tights on, and she looked at her. We're gonna start some shit. Why? Because we need some chaos going on in our fucking life to make us feel normal. That's how fucked up we are. We feel normal in chaos. We feel normal and comfortable in bullshit. And a lot of us, we feel that that's when we're at our best. When there's bullshit popping off around us. And we can sit back like, at least I'm not fucked up like this hoe. This bitch about to get her ass beat. And what do? And this motherfucker about to go to the pen again. And I'm going to creep on over there. I'm going to hit his baby mama and come on back and, put some money on his books and creep on back over there and hit her up again. And we doing all this stupid ass bullshit. Because we don't realize how fucking toxic we are. We don't realize how messed up we are. We have to learn to stay in our lane. And what I mean by staying in our lane, we have to go back to the root. We have to go back to the beginning. We have to go to the beginning. And that's hard for so many of us. Because we don't want to remember being molested. We don't want to remember being raped and being violated and having our hearts broke and being rejected and abandoned by our daddy and sitting on the porch waiting for our daddy to show up because he promised he was going to come pick me up this Saturday. And that motherfucker never showed. And I sat on the porch for 3 weekends in a row before I gave up on his monkey ass. I sat on the porch for 4 weekends in a row waiting for my mama to come pick me up. And her ass never came because she was over there with her boyfriend and her crackhead husband and all this other bullshit. And we have all this trauma. My mama didn't like me because she was trying to keep her man, and her man didn't like me because I reminded him of my daddy. And we don't want to remember all this shit. We don't want to have to deal with all of this shit because it hurts so fucking bad. We don't want to reflect on this shit because it's going to make us cry and make us feel some kind of way. And it's going to get us emotional. And it's going to get us fucked up in our feelings. And we don't want to get fucked up in our feelings. And that's why you'll never grow up. And that's why you'll never fucking heal. That's why you'll never reach your full fucking potential. That's why you'll never fucking thrive. Because you don't want to deal with the pain. You don't want to deal with the hurt. And so you stay there. Bitter, angry, mad as fuck. And so you start lowering your standards. You don't give a fuck about having a good man that has a good job with benefits and getting a nice house and a car and going on vacations once a year. You don't give a fuck about, man, I just got to lower my standards. My expectations too high. I'll take a guy that's in a fucking prison. He's got 15 more years and at least I know where his ass will be. I know he'll be faithful. I know he won't be cheating on me. I know anytime I want him, I could write him. Anytime he want me, he could call me. I'm going to be here. And so we lower our fucking standards and our expectations. Oh, I got a guy and he's lazy as fuck, won't do shit. He's always playing fucking video games or watching these raggedy ass fucking soap operas, General Hospital, As the World Turns, all this other stupid ass shit. But he's here. He won't cook, won't clean up around the fucking place. But he's here. And at least I'm not lonely. I'm tired because every time we go somewhere, I gotta work to pay for it. Every time he wants something, I gotta pay for it. And he's manipulating me and pushing me and forcing me and coercing me to buy this fucking shit for him. And he don't fucking need it. But here, just to shut the fuck up, here, take this $100 and go get you some fucking weed. Here, take this $40 and go get you a fucking bottle. Just leave me the fuck alone. And we settle for this bullshit. We've lowered our fucking standards so much. What's up with you, Stevie? We don't want a great woman that knows how to cook, clean, or whatever the case may be, where we could be partners. Where I'm not dependent on her to doing every fucking thing for me. I'm not looking for a mother figure. I'm not looking for someone to take care of me financially, emotionally, and every fucking thing else. But I can meet her and we both give 100%. I match what she brings to the table. Emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, financially. So we stop settling for all that. Man, that's not important. Man, he's here. He's here. He's here. And truth be told, for my African American sisters, my black sisters, between the age of 20 to 40 something, I believe that's what it is. Statistics say the number one cause of death for them, AIDS. AIDS. Because they sleeping with undercover brothers. They sleeping with dudes that don't know whether or not they want a dude or a woman. And to each their own. But you've lowered your standard of what a king is for you. To where now you just settling for dick. Oh, look at his muscles. And man, he got those tattoos. He looked like he just got, I know he ain't never been to the pen, but he looked like he just got off the fucking pen. He's so fucking sexy and so fucking chocolate. Oh, I just get wet looking at him. And you're getting A's fucking with him. I know y'all don't want to have this type of conversation. I know people ain't used to keeping shit real like this. I know people ain't used to being transparent and raw like this. But how the fuck are you gonna grow up? How the fuck are you gonna learn how to keep it a buck, keep it real? Man, we gotta deal with our shit. Why are you settling for a part-time guy? Why are you just settling for an occasional dick? Why are you just settling for a blowjob or some pussy? Why are you just settling for him to pay a bill? So you're going to give him all your intimacy. You're going to give him all your feelings and your emotions and your body and everything else. And all he's going to do is pay a water bill? Give you $150 for some fucking food? Take you out to eat? Pay your cell phone bill? And you cool with that? And you know he fucking everything else. But you, man, that's in that survival mode. Man, I got to get this phone bill paid because it's about to get cut off. I know I got to suck this motherfucker's nasty ass dick. Let me just go ahead and do it. I can put some Listerine in later, but man, this phone bill ain't getting cut off. And then some of us, we're so arrogant in our toxicity. We think because we got this good ass job that's paying us $75,000 a year or more, I'm fucking arrived. I'm all that because I go to this bullshit fucking company and I deal with they toxic ass shit and I ain't shit to these motherfuckers, but they paying the bills. Man, I'm living the life. I can do what the fuck I want to. And you selling your fucking soul. You just a high price fucking hoe. It is what the fuck it is. You a hoe. You a trick. You allowing this job to hoe and pimp you the fuck out. You can't stand the fucking job. You hate it. You miserable as fuck. But because it's paying the fucking bills, I keep taking my ass there. I'm depressed. I'm frustrated. I can't stand going there. I got to have a couple of drinks every time I come home. I got to sneak off and smoke a couple of blunts while I'm there just to deal with the toxicity, to deal with the bullshit. I'm depressed. I'm popping pills and everything else. So I'm selling my fucking soul. I'm dogging myself out for a job I can't fucking stand. You just a hoe. You in survival mode. You just a high price hoe. You a high price hoe. There's levels to this. And see, it's always these, not just these people, but there's always people we want to say, oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce, man, they sold their souls to the devil to get all the money they got. You selling your soul to the fucking devil too, to get the shit you got. What the fuck? You miserable as fuck, and you selling yourself short. Why? Because they're paying the bills. And then you look around at all these people in the music industry. You look around at all these people in the entertainment industry, and you talking about how they done sold their soul to the devil, and they're rooting with the oop and all this other bullshit. And your ass is just doing it on a lower level. At least they getting paid for what the fuck they worth. Don't get mad at them because they high price hoes and you just a trick. You mad at them because they got some class with their wholeness. And your ass is standing out on the fucking block. In the fucking cold. And their sugar daddies is putting them on jets and taking them all over the fucking world. Your sugar daddy just paying your fucking raggedy ass cell phone bill. Paying your electricity bill. Because that's what you think of yourself. Because that's what you settled for. This is a grown folk channel. We keep shit real here. You know what I mean? We're going to keep it real all the time. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. Man, we're not here looking for a million subscribers. We know we're never going to get that. That's not the purpose of this platform. The purpose of this platform, we're going to keep shit real. Whether people like us or hate us, we don't give a damn. We're trying to help the people wake the fuck up. We're trying to help the people heal and deal with their fucking bullshit. So how do you learn to stay in your fucking lane? Learn to keep shit real. Learn to become transparent with you. Learn to become honest with you. And so here's the truth. So most of us, we hate being lied to. That's like our number one pet peeve for a lot of us. We hate being lied to. We hate being deceived. We hate a motherfucker that's faking the funk. Just keep the shit real. That's what we talk all the time. Man, just be real with me. Just be honest. If you don't want me, just tell me you don't want me. Don't go fucking everybody else. Don't go taking what I've worked for and brought to the table and spend it on some other bitch. Don't take what I'm bringing to the table and spend it on some knucklehead. Don't treat me like that. Don't dog me the fuck up. Keep this shit real. If you don't want me, just pack up and move. Tell me you don't want me so I can leave. And we get mad and angry and hurt when people don't keep shit real with us. Let me tell you guys something. God's honest truth is, we've never learned how to keep it real with ourselves. God's honest truth is, we've been lying to ourselves. God's honest truth is, we're deceiving ourselves. And so all the shit that we see and these guys mistreating us, all the shit that we see and these people lying to us and deceiving us and dogging us the fuck out, that source, God, the universe, the Most High, that's God's way of showing you, look, motherfucker. You mad at these motherfuckers and you talking about men ain't shit and men can't be honest and faithful and whoop de woo and women are bitches and you can't trust a bitch and money over hoes and whoop de doo. You talking all this bullshit, but the truth is you got some unresolved issues that won't allow you to be real with your fucking self. You got some unresolved issues that won't let you be honest with yourself, that won't let you be transparent with yourself. So I'm allowing you to see the deception in the betrayal in other people, because the truth be told, you're betraying your fucking self. You're lying to yourself. And that's a hard pill for us to swallow. Because a lot of us, we become functioning addicts. I'm saying, the great majority of us, we have become functioning addicts. We got a drug problem, we got an alcohol problem, we got a gambling problem, we got a sex problem, we got all these shit, but man, we got a job. And because we got it, man, I'm good, and I'm better than what everybody else is thinking, and we're functioning addicts. I'm surviving. And that makes us think that we're good. That makes us think that we're okay. That makes us think we've dealt with our issues and that we really ain't got no issues because, man, I got a job, I got a car, I got my own place, I got food in the fridge, I pay my own bills, I take care of myself. We're lying to ourselves. We're functioning addicts. Because we have these material things, we don't think that our emotional baggage and pain and trauma is as bad as we think, as it is. We think we're better than what we really are. And the trip is, the more you get, the more you believe that bullshit. Because after all, man, look at me. I'm successful and I live in a 1,500 square foot house and and all this other bullshit we talk about. Man, I paid $2,500 for my rent, and it's no big deal because I still got $15,000 left over every month, and blah blah. And we think we cool. We think we good because we can buy what the fuck we want because we're not stressing over finances. We're not stressing over material shit. And so that gives us a false sense of security. That makes us feel better about ourselves than we really should. That makes us think, man, we've arrived. We're good. Motherfuckers wish they could be like me. Motherfuckers wish they could buy Louis Vuitton shit. Motherfuckers wish they could have all this shit and da-da-da. Motherfuckers wish they could live like me. They wish they could drive what I drive. They wish they could do what I do. And that may be true. But that doesn't change the fact that you got some fucked up toxic beliefs. You got some fucked up toxic ways about yourself. You got some unresolved fucking issues. Whether people want to be like you or not has nothing to do with the fact that you're fucked up. Whether people want to be like you or not don't have anything to do with the fact that you have unresolved issues that you're not dealing with. We have to grow up. And as you start growing up, you stop looking at everybody else. And horses, they have this thing that they have blinders where they could just look straight ahead. And it keeps them from being distracted. It keeps them from looking at all the other horses. It keeps them from wandering off down on the path or doing this other stupid shit. It keeps them tunnel vision. It keeps them focused. Sometimes that's what we need. We need to put on some blinders. I don't give a fuck what you got going on over there. I don't give a fuck about your issues. I don't give a fuck about who you sleeping with, what your baby daddy doing, what your baby mama doing, how much money. Man, none of that shit got nothing to do with me. Man, I'm focused on me. I'm fixing me. I'ma save me. I'ma love me. I'ma value me. I'ma take care of me. I'm gonna stop living in survival mode. And I'm gonna start trying to learn how to live. How can I live with peace? How do I even get peace? I've never known what peace was like. Man, I've never known what joy was like. I've never understood unconditional happiness. I've never understood what unconditional love was. The great majority of us have never learned what unconditional love is. Most of us, if not the great majority of us, all our experiences of love have been conditional, which means it's not real love. I love you as long as you take care of me. I love you as long as you do right. I love you as long as you do what I want you to do. I love you as long as you make me look good. I love you as long as you make me feel good. And we learned that from our parents and from our childhood. Our parents love us when we get good grades. Our parents love us when we do the right thing, when we make them look good and we bring home a report card and they're proud about it and we'll do it. But as soon as we do some stupid ass shit, as soon as we wild the fuck out, as soon as we forget that shit, and man, we get kind of black and loud and crazy and toxic, and we get on some shit now. As soon as we get on our shit, man, these little badass nappy head motherfuckers, you ain't no fucking good. Sorry, trampy ass hoe. You just like your deadbeat motherfucking hoish mama. And then now they got all the abuse. Now they got all the negativity. Now they got the violence. But as long as you make them feel good, as long as you okay with them, they're okay with you. As long as you ain't triggering them, you're okay with them. But you start triggering them without you even knowing that they got these fucked up toxic ass issues. Man, I'm just being a fucking inquisitive ass kid. I'm just doing what kids do. It ain't my fucking fault you got fucked up issues you ain't dealt with and you damn near 30 years old. It ain't my fault you haven't learned how to let go your fucking daddy issues and your mama issues and your brother issues and all this, and you 30-something years old and you raising me. And I'm asking you questions and I'm talking about stuff and it's triggering you and setting you off on one and reminding you of all these other people that ain't got shit to do with me. And so now, because I'm reminding you of my sorry ass fucking daddy, you don't give a fuck about me. Now that I'm reminding you of my hoish ass mama, now you want to be abusive to me. Now you want to be violent towards me. Now you want to neglect me. But then you want to talk about you love me. You don't love me if you beating the shit out of me because you got fucked up issues. You don't love me if you're abusing me and emotionally, intellectually. If you sitting there calling me stupid and dumb as fuck and man, and you saying all this toxic ass, negative, destructive shit to me, you don't fucking love me. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't give a fuck how much God and Jesus you say you got in your fucking life. You don't love me. You may want to love me, but the truth is you never learn how to love. And the great majority of our parents have never learned how to love. And because they've never learned how to love, the truth is we've never learned how to love. Because we learned what love is from them. We've learned what love is from other people that don't know how to love. Other people that's never learned how to love themselves. See, because when the truth is be told, when you love you, when you really love you, you're not sabotaging yourself. When you really love you, you're not putting yourself out there like that. You're not abusing your body. When you really love you, man, you got healthy boundaries. You're not allowing people to mistreat you and call you outside your name and disrespect you and beat on you and cheat on you and lie to you and dog you the fuck up, and you just sit there and accept it like a gullible fucking fish, and you just sitting there, just love me, just be here, just hold me, just tell me you love me, and then everything's gonna be okay. The devil is a fucking lie. Grow the fuck up. They're incapable of love. They're incapable of manifesting love and displaying love because they don't love themselves and because they've never learned what love is. Because their parents was damaged. Their ancestors were damaged. Hurt people hurt people. Family, you hear me talk about being a black sheep of the family. You hear me talking about being a generational curse breaker. This is what it means to stay in your own fucking lane. See, as generational curse breakers, man, we came here to break this shit. We came here to cut these fucking ties. And what am I saying? We came here to go through all this shit and to understand, man, this ain't fucking love. You know what I mean? How the fuck you say you love me and you slapping the shit out of me? How the fuck you saying you love me and you mistreating me this way? How the fuck you say you love me and you won't help me with the dishes? You won't help me do a damn fucking thing. How the fuck you say you love me and you can't bring shit to the fucking table? How the fuck you say you love me and you fucking everything out there and disrespecting me and making me look like shit to everybody? I got all these pictures of me and you up on social media. I'm hyping you up as the fucking king and the queen and whoop-doo-doo, and you out there got me looking like a fucking dumb ass trick. But then you want to come back when you get caught and talk about, I love you. I didn't love them hoes, but I love you. They didn't mean shit to me. The truth is you didn't mean shit to them either. That's why he treated you that way. That's why she did that to you, because you didn't mean shit to them. It is what it is. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, because we all want to be loved. We all want to be valued. We all want to be thought that, man, we're king and we're queen. So when you love you, you don't accept the bullshit. When you love you, man, you ain't got to argue and fight with people of how to treat you, how to respect you, how to talk to you, how to get down. Man, I ain't got to argue and fight with your raggedy ass about this bullshit. If you love me, you know how to talk to me. If you love me, you know what I'm about. And we ain't doing the bullshit. I'm not going to spend all my time and energy trying to teach you how to fucking love me because you don't love your fucking self. You don't want to know how to love yourself. So, as starseeds, as generational curse breakers, as black sheeps of the family, we came here to break all this shit. We came here to stop all of the fucking pain and the suffering in our fucking family. We came here to cut this shit off. We came here to heal this shit, to speak life over our fucking family, because we've been speaking curses over our fucking family from the gate. Anytime you sit there talking, my family suck, my family broke, my family's busted and disgusted, my family's just a bunch of thugs, a bunch of alcoholics, a fucking bunch of drunks and bunch of gangbangers and bunch of prostitutes and bunch of felons. And we talk all this negative, toxic shit, and you're cursing your own fucking bloodline. You're perpetuating the cycle. And the truth is, when we don't deal with our shit, we don't deal with our toxic ways, we're perpetuating the cycle. We're continuing the madness. Oh, I may not be violent, but you got a drug addiction. I may not be, but you got a gambling problem. You got an anger issue. You're addicted to porn just like everybody else, and it's fucking up your relationships. You're addicted to the fucking drama just like everybody else. And so as Darcys, as children of God, as black sheeps, we came here to say, man, enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. Man, I can't take no motherfucking more. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. If nobody else is going to stand up to this toxic, crazy ass fuck, man, here am I. If nobody else is going to make a fucking change, man, I'm going to do it. If nobody else is willing to deal with their fucking anger and their issues, man, I'm going to do what I got to fucking do. If nobody else want to keep the truth about how we fucking grew up and all the bullshit we endured, man, I'm going to do what I got to fucking do. If I got to ride this bitch solo, I came here fucking solo. It takes a strong, courageous person to go against the grain. It takes a strong, courageous, brave motherfucker to say, man, fuck my family. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if they don't like me. I don't give a fuck if they don't fuck with me no more. I have to grow up. I have to be all that I came here to be. Because it's not just my family that's dependent on me being all that I came here to be. Man, the rest of the world is dependent on me growing the fuck up and being all that I came here to be. So if my family don't accept me, if my family cut me off, God, source, the universe, man, they're going to put me in connection with a real tribe. They're going to put me in connection with my real soul tribe. The motherfuckers that really care about me and that's going to hold me accountable and that's going to speak some real shit to me. That's going to help me in my growth and development. Help me learn how to love myself. Learn how to deal with my toxic fucking ways. Because the truth is, we've been toxic so long, it's normal. We don't know how to be any other fucking way. All we know is this toxic way. And so we don't even see it. We don't even understand how toxic we are. We don't even realize how fucked up we are. So it takes somebody outside of the box, somebody that's not connected to me, somebody that's gonna keep shit real with me. And be like, nah, baby girl, you tripping. You know what I mean? You tripping, nah, bro, you wild. You wilding out. You tripping. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. You know what I mean? I'm calling bullshit on that. Nah, motherfucker. Nope. You mad, because it's such as, you know, and so we need that. And so when your family cut you off or you cut your family off or whatever the case may be, man, now you're putting yourself in alignment so your real tribe, your real soul tribe can come in and speak knowledge to you and uplift you and empower you and encourage you and motivate you and challenge you and help you reach your full potential. But we so stuck on stupid. We so stuck on low self-esteem and self-hatred. Man, we just want to be loved by motherfuckers that can't love us. We want to be loved and accepted by motherfuckers that can't love and accept themselves. Man. We came here for this bullshit. You know what I mean? We came here for this. We came here to rock the boat. We came here to flip the shit over. We came here to stand up to our family. I don't give a fuck how long you been here on this fucking planet. Your ass is toxic and on some bullshit. I don't give a fuck how long you been quoting the Bible. You on some bullshit. And it's not that we stand in judgment of anybody. We never stand in judgment of anybody. Man, they gonna do what the fuck they do. How they do it, why they do it, they ain't got shit to do with you. That's they shit. That's their journey they need to figure out. Your responsibility is like, psh, I see how toxic they are. Let me deal with my shit so that I don't become as toxic as them. So that I'm not toxic like them. Let me do my, because I know I got some toxic ways. I'm not perfect. But let me deal with my shit. I'm allowed, God is the source universe. They're bringing all these crazy ass people, all these toxic ass people, all these people with hatred and animosity and bitterness and unforgiveness and gratefulness and all this. God's allowing me to see all this shit. Why? Because the truth be told, all that shit is inside of me too. And so by looking at all these people and they bullshit, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm looking at the woman in the mirror. So let me get my shit right. All these people and all their toxic ways. All my crazy aunties, uncles, cousins, family members, man, they're holding up a mirror to me, showing me how fucked up I am. Because here's the truth. When you heal and deal with your shit, you raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. You elevate. Now you're around more like-minded people. Birds of a feather flock together. Raise your frequency. Deal with your bullshit. Deal with your bullshit. This is how we learn to stay in our lane. We put the blinders on. We stop judging everybody else. And we say, man, let me get me. Let me understand me. Let me get my back. Let me learn how to have my own back. Let me learn how to value me. Let me learn how to love me. If I really love my ancestors, if I really love those that came before me, if I really love all of those people that are going to come after me, if I really love humanity, let me be the best me possible. Yes, I understand. Me being the best me is going to make some people uncomfortable. Me being the best me is going to trigger and piss off some people. And they're going to talk about how sedity I am. They're going to talk about how self-righteous I am, how goody two-shoes I am, and all this other bullshit. And that's just really their issue. They're triggered and they're mad because they see my growth and development. And they see the fact that they haven't grown. And instead of them being responsible and accountable for their lives, they want to throw stones at me. I see it. I see it for what it is. But because I love humanity, because I love my ancestors, because I love me, because I love those coming after me, I'm that person that's here to stand against the tide. I'm that person here to go against the fucking grain. I'm that person. Man, enough is enough of this bullshit. We not doing that shit no more. All this bullshit dies with me. All this toxic ass bullshit ends with me. All of our women growing up in the family and not being able to get married and stay married and have happily marriages, that bullshit ends with me. That's a fucking curse, and it's dying with me. I'm breaking that fucking cycle. All the men in our family growing up being fucking hoes and nobody wanting them and nobody staying, that bullshit ends with me. I'm breaking that fucking cycle. All these daddies not raising their fucking kids and being there for their kids and their grandkids and not setting shit up for them and not being a positive role model. Man, that shit ends with me. All these langry, loud ass, fucking crazy ass women talking about men ain't shit and that bullshit ends with me. I can't control what the fuck everybody else do. That ain't got shit to do with me. But far as my seed, my bloodline, that bullshit ends right here. I don't give a fuck who like it and who don't like it. I came here to make a difference. How the fuck can I make a difference if I'm just like everybody else raggedy ass? How the fuck can I make a difference if I'm just as toxic and fucked up as my grandmammy, my mama, my daddy, my great-grandma, my great-great-grandma, and everybody else? How the fuck can I stand out and be different if I'm just like them? Sitting here gossiping and tearing everybody down. Lying on people and starting shit. See, the truth is, they had me so fucked up, I was trying to be accepted by them. I grew up wanting to be like them. When the truth is, I came here to show these motherfuckers how we're supposed to be. I came here to show these women how a woman, how a queen is supposed to be. I came here to show these raggedy ass dudes how a king is supposed to be. I didn't come here to be like them. I came here to be a role model. I came here to change the expectations and the standards. I came here to be different. But I grew up believing and convinced that I needed to be like them. Because we've been programmed to fit in like everybody else. We've been programmed to do what everybody else is doing. To look like everybody else, to talk like everybody else, to dress like everybody else. I'll be goddamn if I'm walking around with my pants hanging down my fucking ass. That's what you won't ever see me fucking doing. I don't believe in that bullshit. Ain't nothing kingly about that. You a fucking man, pull your motherfucking pants up. I don't give a fuck how old you are. That's bitch shit. We have to grow the fuck up. We have to be the standard bearer. We gotta keep shit a buck, keep shit real. We gotta learn to stay in our own lane. You know what I mean? We have to learn what our lane is. And I'm telling you what our lane is. Our lane is to be the curse breakers. Our lane is to show people you could be happily married. You could have peace of mind. You could have joy. You could be all that you want to be. You can accomplish all that your heart's desire. I came here to show the world, to show my family. You ain't got to be a man and go to the fucking penitentiary. See, I grew up on my mom's side of the family. I was the first male not to go to the penitentiary, not to get locked up in the penitentiary. On my mom's side of the family, my son, my oldest son, is the first male to graduate from a 4-year college. My son. Out of all the fucking generations that came before us, out of all the guys that came before us, my son is the first one to graduate from school, from college. I'm the first one not to go to prison. That's not to puff up my, you know what I mean, puff my head up and all that other stupid shit. Man, I'm just trying to show you, man, we came here to be different. We came here to raise the fucking expectation. Ain't nothing cool about motherfuckers coming out the pen and now we want to take our rent money and our bill money and have a big ass fucking barbecue and a bunch of alcohol and weed because this motherfucker don't know how to keep his ass out the fucking penitentiary. And we know he gonna take his raggedy ass back to the pen within 6 months, maybe a year at most. And so we're gonna take all this money and go in debt to have a big ass fucking barbecue for a motherfucker that's not responsible, that's not accountable, that ain't bringing shit to the fucking table. I told my kids, I don't give a fuck whether you like me or not. It's not an option of whether or not you graduate from fucking high school. I told my son, I don't give a fuck about what you think. It's not your fucking option. You ain't got no fucking option. You taking your ass to fucking college. Because this shit is bigger than you. Life is bigger than you. And it's a trip because my oldest son and my oldest daughter, they didn't like going around my cousins and my mom's side of the family because, man, when we talk about ghetto, we talk about ratchet, we talk about doing the most, man, that's my mom's side of the family. You know what I mean? I love them. I love them. I didn't grow up with them. I grew up with my dad's side of the family, and they was on that religious bullshit and fucked up. You know what I mean? Fucked up. Nobody dealt with their fucking issues. But they had Jesus. They were fucked up. And they fucked us up. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up on my mom's side of the family. Them motherfuckers will beat the fuck out you, stomp the fuck out of you, go to the pen, do their time, come back out and do it again. Just for GP. And so my son and my daughter, man, when I was a single parent raising them, they didn't like going around them. They didn't like going around their little cousins and stuff, and their aunties and their uncles on that side, their families on that, my aunties and uncles on that side, because they were ghetto, they were loud, they were ratchet, they were doing the most. You couldn't trust their ass. They was gonna steal and do every fucking thing else. Everybody out there smoking and getting drunk and all the other bullshit, and we know somebody's gonna pull out and start letting some rounds off. We knew the women, because it's a trip, because the women on that side, you know, man, they would start getting drained. They would start drinking, and we'd be at a party. We'd be at a park somewhere, and family reunion, and it never failed. Them, they was gonna stomp the fuck out of some bitch. They was gonna stomp the fuck out of somebody walking by the park. Somebody walking through the park thing, they look good, and no, hell no, bitch, you ain't bring your little trampy hoish ass over here around all these men and think you gonna do it. Oh no, and they beating the fuck out the bitch. You know what I mean? That's just how the shit. That's just the shit they was on. And so my kids, my older kids, they didn't like being around all of that. And so I would tell them, I don't give a fuck whether you like being around that. You have to be there. You have to be around them. Why? Because you have to show them that there's another way. You have to show them that they ain't got to be like everybody else. They could be like their big cousin John. They could be like their big cousin Afua. They don't have to be like everybody else and be a deadbeat and drop out of school and whoop and be sagging and doing all this stupid shit. Man, because I got a cousin that has his own business. I got a cousin that's that's traveling the world. I got a cousin that's doing something positive and righteous with their life. So I want to be like my big cousin Afua. I want to be like my big cousin John. I don't want to be like that. And so I'm telling my kids, man, you got to show them that there's another way, that they have options, that this is not the end all be all for them. And they hated that. But it don't matter. That's what we came here for. We came here to break this shit up. We came here to turn this shit around. We came here to get rid of all this toxicity and negativity in our fucking families. We came here to break this financial curse on our fucking families. So what we came here for. We came here to break this fucking religious bullshit curse on our fucking families. We came here to break this fucking political bullshit on our fucking family. Why all of our families gotta be fucking Democrats? And why we gotta vote for these motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about us? And now, damn, I don't give a fuck about no politician. I don't vote. Fuck all of them. They ain't shit to me. That's just me. I don't believe in them. I'm not wasting my time and energy on their ass. Just because I'm a black man don't mean I'm voting fucking Democrat. Just because I'm not in the fucking hood don't mean I'm gonna vote Republican. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And so, we had to grow up. We had to deal with our trauma and our issues. We have to show people, man, there's a better way, a healthier way of living. And in order for me to show you that, I have to first live that. I have to deal with my shit in order to show you that you can deal with your shit. By me dealing with all my shit and going through all the shit that I've gone through, I'm now empowering you to stand your fucking ground and not have to keep going through these broken, destructive ass fucking patterns you keep choosing. You don't have to keep making this choice. You don't have to keep choosing guys that's gonna beat on you and treat you this way. You ain't got to grow up and be on welfare and live in an apartment that your mama did, that your grandma did, and your great-grandma did, and your aunties did, and all y'all motherfuckers live in the same fucking apartment complex. And your kids are gonna grow up in that same toxic ass shit, doing the same toxic ass shit until you show them and tell them we can do different. The expectation is not for you to do what I've done. The expectation is for you to go above where I'm at. To accomplish more than what I've accomplished. What's up with you, Loretta? I didn't come here for you to be like me. And I would frustrate my kids because I would piss them off and say, I don't want you to be like me. If you turn out like me, I'm going to be pissed at you. Why? Because you should be better than me. You should do more than I did because you don't have the issues and the baggage that I had to start out with. You ain't got to break all the fucking curses that I had to. So you're already starting out so much further along than I did. You're standing on my fucking shoulders. If you're standing on my shoulders, why the fuck are you going through the same shit that I went through? Why are you struggling with my same bullshit if you're standing on my shoulders? And so, it's our job. It's our responsibility to set the next generations up to be far more successful than we are. Financially, spiritually, and emotionally. It's our job to pave the road for them. That's what curse breakers do. That's what generational curse breakers do. That's what star seeds do. That's what chosen ones do. That's what children of God, real children of God, do. They show the world a more loving and a healthier way. They show the world that you can reach all and be all that you came here to be. Man, I hope and pray that I said something that's empowered you, that's inspired you, that's motivated you. Man, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane as a chosen one. Stay in your lane as a generational curse breaker. Stay in your lane as the black sheep. Stay in your lane as the star seed. Stay in your lane as that beacon of hope, that beacon of love. Stay in your lane as that person here to break all the spells and the curses set over you and your family. Stay in your lane. Me and my beautiful queen, we thank you guys. We honor you guys. If you need a coaching session, you like a coaching session or mentoring session, you're feeling suicidal, depressed, and you're going through a real bad or dark time in your life, man, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Man, I'm doing counseling sessions free of charge right now. Free of charge. It's not going to cost you anything other than your time. And then you shoot me an email at ElijahAmmi@gmail.com. Again, my email is ElijahAmmi@gmail.com. Man, I'll get you set up for a free coaching session. Because it's not about the money to us. It's about helping people heal. It's about helping people reach their full potential. It's about helping people break the fucking generational curses. It's about helping people become the alchemists, the phoenixes, and all these other things that they came here to be. We came here to change the world. And we cannot change the world by trying to be like everybody else. We can't change the world by doing what everybody else is doing. As a chosen one, that means you're separate. That means you're called out. You're different. You're different. But we've made being different so bad. Be different in a positive, loving, healthy way. Be different. Be you. Be great. You're right, Dennis. Trailblazers. That's what we are. And that's why it hurts so much. That's why it's so fucking lonely and so hard. Because we're doing a new thing. We're establishing a new thing. We're going against the grain. We're having to change the mindsets for generations. They programmed. They're stuck on stupid. It is what it is. We're here to change that. And it's hard. It's challenging. It's difficult. It's frustrating. It's lonely as fuck sometimes. I get it. But that's what we came here to do. And we connect with each other. Like minds, we connect with each other. Chosen ones, star seeds, black sheep of the family, trailblazers, we connect with each other and we empower and encourage and uplift each other. Iron sharpens iron. And this is why we have this platform. This is why we're raw, and man, it is what it is. We just keep it real here. Because that's what we're supposed to do. Man. Love you guys. Thank you for being here on this beautiful journey called life. Our next live session will be Saturday at 10 o'clock. Man, we love you. Happy healing. Peace.